Welcome to Bompopradio.
Chanel West Coast on the show.
What's up?
Killing the game.
How are you guys?
We're doing good. You know, kind of limping it together today, but
Yeah, I feel that. I got my coffee here handy.
it's one of those kind of days. So what's happening with you, girl? Everything good?
A lot. Just 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 grinding, just trying to get rich.
Trying to get rich?
Yeah.
Because you love money.
Exactly.
Woo woo! All right, cool. Well, we're just glad to have you on the show. We want to talk to you about all the different things that you've been doing. And also, I think people are very interested in the roots of where you come from. I know your dad was a DJ, right?
Yeah.
In New York?
Yeah.
In the Big Apple. And he used to tuck you under the DJ console.
Yes,
right?
no, it's for real. Like I think about it now, and I'm like, if I saw a DJ doing that at the club, I'd be like, this is insane. So like the fact that my dad did that, he's just like, yeah, he's crazy.
Call child services type stuff now. But
Yeah.
back then it was super cool. I was raised by hippies, so I'm just like, there was always naked stoned people around. It was just normal. There was always music. My name's Dylan, for God's sakes,
Oh, is it Bob Dylan?
And Dylan Thomas.
Oh, okay.
A bunch of beat hippies. Anyway, so I can relate.
Yeah.
It was always falling asleep to the sound of music, something
Exactly.
playing.
Were you wearing the onesies with the feet, the plastic feet in the bottom?
I don't think I was still wearing them yet. No, it was funny actually. My dad would it'd be the end of the night, and he'd be like, okay, you can go out and dance, because I was always a little dancer since I was little, and I would my dad has videos of me going out on the dance floor, and I'm killing it. I'm just by myself in a nightclub, and I'm 8 years old.
And it's like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, it's funny.
Man.
Well, actually, even later, because it's New York, so it was 5 or something.
Right. New York's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Last time I was there, it was like, okay, it's 3 in the morning. I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go home now. They're like, no, now we're going to the after party.
Yeah.
And then the after
You
party.
go to school in the morning?
Well, no, that was during summer, because I lived here with my mom, so I'd always be visiting my dad during summer break or winter break or whatever.
Like that really set the tone for your schedule now. Like no
Yeah.
sleep, rise and grind.
Well, plus your dad was an artist, right? So he
Yeah.
did graffiti. He was a graffiti artist.
Graffiti, and he does a ton of sick art. He can draw pictures with a ballpoint pen that look insane. You're like, that was done with a pen. It's crazy.
How old's your dad?
He's 54, 55.
It's always just interesting to see
I don't know the exact-
when the pop culture influences hit. So if you're 55, it's like, okay, so 35, it was mid 90s stuff.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
So the 80s, early 80s, maybe late 70s, big influence.
Yeah.
But it sounds like you've got some, firm, hip hop roots, right? You got a DJ dad who's a graffiti artist.
Yes.
So early on you were probably grabbing the mic and wanting to rock that.
Well, I definitely have rock roots too. My mom's actually it's funny that they got together. My mom and my dad, 'cause they're so different.
Right.
Which is probably why they weren't together. But but my mom's totally heavy metal rock chick. So I grew up listening to a lot of rock music, and it's actually, my mom thinks it's so funny that I got into rapping and doing hip hop. She's always like, you're just like your dad. But yeah, so I was around a lot of rock music too. My mom was always, and she's friends with everybody in the rock music business. So I was actually in a heavy metal music video when I was 11, and I'm it's kind of demonic, I guess. I'm a little girl in a Catholic schoolgirl outfit with a crown of thorns.
Nice.
And,
what was the video?
I'm actually on a wrecking ball too. MTV's so weird about clearance.
Maybe because you were underage and on a wrecking ball.
Or because
And the school.
or it was a satanic video or something.
Oh, come on! That TV loves satanic shit.
Not
What's the
ridiculous.
title on YouTube? So for our listeners.
The band is Amen, and the song is called Price of Reality.
Y'all need to check that out.
No, I'm literally, there's actually a part where girls are doing a little hip hop dance and they have machine guns. It's little girls dancing with machine guns. It's
What?
sick. It's a sick video actually.
That's dope.
Wow.
So let's talk a little bit about what you're doing with your music right now. I know that you just had your birthday a couple hours back. And I did, and for the record, I did show up to your birthday party, but I couldn't get in because the fire popo was overfilled.
That was my mixtape release party, and it's funny that you said that, because I was it shows that I think so much about my career. I was on the day of my party, shit, I should have just made this a birthday party. My birthday's a couple days away. So I didn't really. It wasn't really a birthday party, but I kind of celebrated.
That's okay. I took your present back, but it's cool. I'm gonna get you something.
I'm so sorry.
Next year I'm gonna get you something else.
Dude, it pissed me off. Like they were literally like not letting in people like who were like my best friends since like kindergarten. They weren't letting in like.
That's what the girl behind me said. This is bullshit. I'm her best friend since kindergarten. No, but dude.
Okay. I wonder which one of them was.
I think they all said that though. This is the problem. But no, it was cool. I mean, I was there. We got there probably a half hour after the doors opened, and there was so many people there. There was no way because it wasn't a big venue, right?
No,
So-
it was. Well, we thought it was big enough. It's just that I guess because it's on the roof, they have like a different like guideline of how many people can be up there or something. I don't know.
What with the falling off and stuff?
I have no idea. I don't know. It's really weird. I'm not doing a party up there again though, because everybody's heels kept getting stuck in the. It's like a wood deck.
Oh.
And I knew it when I went to go look at the place. I was like, I feel like girls are gonna complain about this, and everybody's like, no, it's fine. It's not a big deal. And then I couldn't stop hearing it. Girls are like, my heels keep getting stuck in the wood.
Lesson to all these girls wearing heels. You aren't supposed to be using your heel as balance. You're supposed to only be walking on the balls of your feet. But continue.
She knows that because you're models. So.
Interesting.
But when martinis get involved, all
Not
all
every
shit
girl's a
goes out the
model.
window.
I didn't know that concept. That's interesting. Yeah.
Right.
I wouldn't know that at all.
That's true.
I want to.
Is that why they break, like heels break? Because they're not supposed to, they're walking them properly?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I always walk like with my toe. That's how I balance them better. Like I suck at walking because I have really
Did you
skinny heels.
did you
Like, I can't
instinctively
balance
know?
well.
Did you instinctively know that, or was that something that you were taught, or like?
No, I just knew. Like I remember seeing it, like just walking, like seeing how big the cracks were, and I was like, I feel like bitches are gonna have their heels stuck in these all night. It's gonna be a problem.
And they did.
Yeah.
Usually you see heels when they're breaking over your forehead. But
Yeah,
it's
right.
not fun.
Exactly.
All right,
She's got it in her hand attacking you.
Yeah, going, what did you say?
Right.
Give me 5 minutes, my boyfriend will be back. What?
We can actually talk about the whole. We were talking about this, which was actually so polarizing about you, is because you actually made your first album when you were like 16 years old, right?
Yeah.
But yet you became uber famous in the public arena through television. So then they
Yeah.
want to keep you in that box. But like, can we hear a little bit about like the whole recording at 16 and
Yeah,
that whole
so
experience?
here, I'm gonna make it really short. Well, basically, I knew I wanted to do music from like being like a little girl. Like I always wanted to do that. But I started writing raps because I didn't really know how to like write singing songs at first. Like I could sing, but I was like, writing raps was just easier. So I started writing raps, and I started working at Marvin Gaye's house with my friends. It's a crazy story. We actually had, so like a friend of ours, his dad was friends with like Marvin Jr. And they're kind of like party animals, let's just put it that way. They were like kind of out of control. And they're like, oh, like Marvin's got this pool house. You kids should like, you know, it's like a studio. Like they're like, it's been
You guys
covered.
should have a pillow fight.
You know, his dad was like kind of like, I won't get into it, but his dad's kind of crazy. And he was just like, yeah, like go work in the pool house. And so we get there and it's like literally like covered up in sheets. Like, and it's where Marvin Gaye used to work. And we basically took over this pool house when we were like 16, 17 years old. Started working there. I made like my first demo album there. And that was like the music I used to make my MySpace music page. And that's the MySpace music page where I actually ended up meeting Rob through, and then I wound up on his show. But I wasn't trying to get discovered and be on a reality show. I was trying to like get a record deal. It just turned out that way. And then from being on Rob's show, like people didn't think that I was an artist. Obviously, they looked at me like this receptionist because that was my fake role on the show.
Right.
So then I got kind of boxed in this like, oh, she's just like this receptionist from Rob's show. Like a lot of people were like, oh, stick to being a receptionist. And I'm like, you mean stick to being an actress? Like I'm acting. Like
Yeah.
I was not a
It's not
receptionist.
really
I was a
reality,
receptionist
fools.
before the show. Like I worked at a real estate company before
Right.
the show, but
Big
no.
shout outs to all the receptionists, by the way.
Yeah, shout out to the receptionist.
Woo-hoo.
No,
Well, you had already even put out music though before the show too, so it wasn't even like,
Yeah,
okay, now I have a platform.
I
Yeah.
had fans. It's funny, like I remember seeing fans on MySpace and they're like, oh, I've been your fan like since before you were even on the show. Like I remember being your fan on MySpace. And when I had first met Rob, I remember him even saying, he's like, whoa, like how do you have so many fans? Because I got a lot of fans on MySpace in like a short amount of time. Because I sat on MySpace all day just adding people, grinding. I was like determined to make it. Because I saw other people were doing it. That was like around like Tila Tequila time and shit.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Jump Star.
yeah. I was like, yo, if they can do it, like I want to get a reality show on MTV and like show my music and stuff. So yeah, so that's what I was trying
Were
to do.
you always shit out West Coast on the first project and everything?
I guess it just stuck. I don't know.
Yeah.
Weird.
So where did young Bonnie come from then?
That was gonna be another rap name of mine because I'm actually related to the real Bonnie, like
From Bonnie and
from
Clyde.
Bonnie and Clyde.
So
Yes.
you're really like gangster royalty.
Kind of. And you know what's crazy? I didn't even know this till I like was researching about her that she used to write poetry, like a ton of poetry, and I'm like, oh shit, like maybe like that's where I get it from. Like low key,
Right.
she was a rapper back in her time, so.
She came back, and you guys are spirit animals.
That's what I'm gonna say, reincarnated.
Yeah.
But see,
I always say my spirit animal is a chihuahua, actually.
Just
but-
don't do heroin. You'll be fine.
all right, I gotta
Never,
keep
never, dude. I
Don't find a Clyde. Don't find that Clyde. Keep the needles away.
no, never. I'm not into those type of drugs.
those type of drugs. The other ones are great. Those
She
ones.
keeps it green.
All right, check it out.
From what I seen, I actually have with
Yeah,
Lauren.
yeah.
But, which is fine, man.
I want to play some music right now. I want to play Looking Forward. You want to tell us a little bit about Looking Forward? We got Chanel West Coast on the show, by the way, if you just tuned in.
Thank you. Basically, I mean, the title says it all. It's just about looking forward. It's about focusing on the future and just ignoring like the haters and all the stereotypes, you know, the boxes that people put me in, and I'm just gonna keep pushing.
All right. So Chanel, I want to hear a little bit about like your history with the TV shows. I mean, obviously, Fantasy Factor had to have been a fun adventure. What was it? That was your first show, right?
Yeah.
And what was the challenge for you getting into that?
The challenge was, I mean, obviously I was the only girl, so
You're
I
always
was
getting picked on.
always getting picked on. I mean, Rob picks on everybody on the show, but I feel like it was harder for me because like, I don't know, you start to feel ganged up on, you know, like people didn't get to
Right.
see that side of me because they didn't get to see me with like my girlfriends or like my family or people outside. They just get to see me with just guys. So it's like, I came off looking very like the little sister and like cutesy and
How did you get in there as the only female on the show?
well, I guess Rob had heard from MTV that they wanted a female personality. They felt like they needed a female personality.
Right.
They're like, it's a show of all dudes. Like, you've already had a show with all dudes. Like, we feel like you need a female. And he didn't really know. He was like, I don't fucking know anybody. He's like, who am I gonna put on the show?
Right.
And so I had met them like around that time, and he had heard about me through all like the skater homies, like that I was like this little white girl rapper, and I remember like I hung out with him one time, and he was like rapping the words to my song, and I'm like, this fool knows my song and stuff, and like, so I guess he'd already done the research on me, and like, he hits me up, or no, I hit him up one day, it's a really long story, I hit him up one day, and I'm like, yo, I'm doing a show, this is back when I was like doing shows where you like have to like hustle your own tickets, like off Craigslist, like I was like trying to perform any way I could. So I'm like doing these shows where I have to sell tickets, and I'm like, yo, come to my show, like you're my only famous homie, like it'll make me look good.
Right.
And he was always too busy, and then one time he responds and he's like, I'm sorry I can't make it, but I was wondering if you want to be on an episode of my new show.
You're like,
And I'm like, what do you want me to do? And so he's like, we'll have you rap, and like he's like, I need a receptionist to greet the Carl's Jr. people. So he's like, basically you'll be like my receptionist, and then you can do like a rap or something for maybe like the Carl's Jr. Viral video we're gonna do. So I'm like, okay, that sounds cool. So I came through and like I filmed that day, and like everybody was like, I guess I was funny because everybody kept like laughing at like everything I was doing, and I was just being goofy, I don't know. And then they asked me that day, they're like, do you want to be on the show permanently? And that's how it happened.
that's
So you
awesome.
never worked full time for Rob?
No, but it was like a full-time job though. That's what he said to me too. So they had already picked the cast members, and MTV had like assigned them. So Rob was like, I'll be paying you basically like a real job, like a real receptionist.
Right.
And we filmed like 4 days a week. I was there, like it seemed like full time.
Right.
So it was almost like being a receptionist. And
But as far as actually managing his day to day or something?
no, I didn't really do anything.
Gotcha.
You didn't take
However,
his calls during the show?
no, I didn't do anything like that, but there would be people coming in with packages. They would think because I'm sitting there at the desk just like chilling, waiting to film a scene. Because I would do a lot of chilling, just like at the desk. I'd write music, like just be online networking or whatever while they're out, the guys are out filming something. And like they would come in with packages, and I'm like, alright, fuck it, I'll just sign for a ticket. And I would just
Like you literally are gonna laugh your ass off every single day. He's hilarious.
Yeah, no, it's funny because, so that's what people don't understand though too. Like there has been days obviously where I've been going through
Tell us.
personal shit in my life, and I come and it's like on ridiculousness, and I gotta fucking sit there and laugh.
Yeah.
And I'll be like I went through like some, you know, personal things in my life that I'm like really sad about, and I'm sitting there like not able to focus on these videos, and I've literally gotta focus and like pretend I'm happy as fuck.
It's gotta knock you out of it a little bit.
A little bit, but it also
Distraction.
helps. And like that's why I feel like it's kind of fate I ended up on Rob's shows, because I was a huge fan of Robin Big before I was on his show, and that's why I was a huge fan. Like I've always like looked for like comedy like as a way of like, you know, like that's exactly
Distraction.
So, like, yeah, like humor. So like it's like pretty dope to be on his shows because it's like been a really good escape from like other things going on in my personal life or whatever. You know what I mean?